nothing compared to some of the things that happen in this church. And not just here, other places as well. Are y'all hearing me? Look what he says. He's talking about the miracle of the temple. Y'all help me out, y'all. Where am I at?
4.
Okay, yet now he says this, be strong. When you're in that bondage, it has a propensity to weaken you. I mean, for the last couple weeks, I've been just fighting this depression. Just don't want to do nothing. Go to work, like I said, something. That's it. I don't really care. Didn't really care. But Mr. Edwards said something Sunday to me. He said, brother, I got to give you credit because no matter what you're going through, you're determined that you won't let God use you despite of. Mm-hmm. He said, you can see it. And I said, wow. And I'm okay. I received it, and I kept on walking how I am. I hear you, but I don't hear you. And he said this. For I am with, well, he says, now be strong, O Zerubbabel, saith the Lord, and be strong. O Joshua, son of Jehozadak, the high priest, and be strong, all ye people of the land, saith the Lord, and work. For I am with you, saith the Lord of hosts. You've got to work at this thing of asking God for the house to be like they used to experience it. You got to work. Bring your 2 cent worth. Now I ain't just talking about the hooping and the hollering and the dancing. I'm talking about internally, you have to be engaged. It's like you know that God, I know you're here, and I just feel good about being here. Yes. And then some days when you leave your house, just know something's going to happen. You can almost feel it before you get to the church. You know why? Because you internalized it and you put yourself in that state already. Your eyes ain't seen it and your ears ain't heard it. But you just have internalized something's going to happen. Which brings me, I'm going to stop here real quick and say this. I looked at the messages that were texted to us from Sunday. Sister Gilly, Elder Easton texted messages, talk about what the word was. Then somebody will text what happened here Sunday. And I go all the way back to when Pastor preached in South Carolina. That was a word, and I really believe this, a word not only for the church, but for the church. And to show that God is doing this thing in unison or in unity, the instruction came after the revelation. Y'all don't hear me. The instruction came after the revelation. Let me give you an example. Elder Dees and them taught about going, if the work is finished, then if it's finished, then get to work. Elder Easton taught almost the same thing. Then the Lord brought this thing here, was touching base with some of the same stuff they preached. So after the revelation came and the pastor spoke it, then the instruction came later, weeks later, days down the line. And so this is how God works miracles. He will reveal it to you, but then he gives you instruction. And the prophet received, the debt was revealed, but then he gave her instruction on how to cancel the debt. He says, ask for a miracle. Y'all hear me tonight? See, a lot of us, we have stalled in the middle of our walk, and we didn't ask for a miracle. We always say, Lord, help me. That's not a miracle. You got to be specific. Work this thing out for me. It might not be the way I see it, but how you see it. Are y'all hearing what I'm talking about? I can go back, I can really dig some scripture. I go to Genesis chapter 22, around verse 14. Here is the father taking his son to get him sacrificed, gonna kill him. And then God provides a ram in the thicket. And the scripture says around verse 14, it says, it is seen this day on the Lord's mount. In other words, the father saw his son get killed, but God saw him not getting killed. So it's how God sees it. So he says, how you see this house? Are you comparing this house to what it was yesterday? Then why are we seeing what happened yesterday? Oh, Lord have mercy. We're held in debt. Fingernails, dues, shoes, and things. Praise him. All right. He says, according to the word, that I have covenanted, verse 5, with you, when you came out of Egypt. So my spirit remaineth with you. Fear ye not, For thus saith the Lord of hosts, yet once it is a little while, and I will shake the heavens and the earth and the sea and the dry land. He's going to do something now. See, we got to ask God to shake the place up. Because a lot of us have gotten comfortable. Too old to shout. Too old to sing. Too old to clap your hands. Too old to say amen. Too old to want somebody else to say amen. You worry about shut up, shut up. No. How you can tell me shut up when God has worked a miracle on the inside of me? When God has blessed my life, now you tell me to shut up. It's hard to be quiet sometimes. Because, and the Bible tells us clearly, not to despise small beginnings. And it says, quench not the spirit. All right, come on, y'all, stay with me now. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, yet once it is a little while, and I will shake the heavens and the earth and the sea and the dry land. And I will shake all nations. Because I'm going to even shake you, Kathy, Diana. I'm going to shake you. We call it quickening, but sometimes the Lord gives a good shake, sometimes don't he? Yeah. It feels like electricity going through the house sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes he'll shake your head because God's, well, wait a minute, how did I get to this point? Yeah. He says, I will shake all the nations, and the desire of all nations shall come. So he says this, and I will fill the house with glory, saith the Lord of hosts. The silver is mine, the gold is mine, saith the Lord of hosts. And he says, the glory of this latter house shall be greater than of the former, saith the Lord of hosts, in this place. So y'all are hearing it? In this place. Yes, sir. Will I give peace? Yes, sir. Saith the Lord of hosts. Yes, now here's what God says. And I'm speaking this. You're going to see this. God's going to turn this church upside down. I told my wife he's going to use the children to do it. They're going to sing in this church and start, the Spirit's going to hit them and move on the children in the church. And when it moves on the children, it's going to turn worship into real worship. Y'all are hearing me. It's going to turn praise into real praise. Because you'll see God use them as instruments and vessels to cancel the debt that we were unable to do as adults. Lord have mercy. Oh, God. Oh, God. And I like what God is doing. He said all of them was in the house. Nobody was separated, Sister Carter. But they all were in the house and witnessed the glory come in from like it was the former.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
And he says, I'm going to do it in this place. Sure, have mercy. There's nothing wrong with chasing the Holy Ghost. There's nothing wrong with chasing the power and experience of God. But let me tell you something. Why can't it happen here? Why can't it happen at your house? Why can't it happen at your house, in your house? Why can't it happen? Oh, y'all are hearing me. And I said this, the Lord spoke to me, he said, I'm going to use the children. Not the young adults, but he said, I'm going to use the children. And it's going to change the whole course of the church. The whole course of worship. And if you ain't careful, you can see him working on them already. Y'all didn't hear me, are you? Who gives the kid a guitar? He almost gave fight this boy with a guitar this Sunday. He took that guitar from him and looked at him and put it on his arm and he hopped on down. He was serious though. He wasn't playing.
Yes, that's right.
And then he came back up here and put the guitar down and cut a step. He was serious. I went back, I played it over and over just to find a flaw to see if he was really playing. And I said in my mind, the church should have went up and that boy got up and started worshiping the Lord. But one of Maya was crying because she knew the Lord was speaking to her Sunday. She knew it.
Praise God.
He spoke to some grown folk, they didn't feel nothing. But he spoke to that, now some of y'all didn't, all right? Don't get me wrong. But when he spoke to that child, things erupted in her spirit. She couldn't get away from grandma. Just overwhelmed her. And this is what's going to happen in the house. The Lord is going to complete the work in the house. He's going to complete the work in you, the spiritual house. so that you will experience a greater than what you did before when you first got saved.
Praise God. Praise God. Praise God. Good Lord. Thank you.
When you first got saved, ain't gonna compare to what God's gonna do when He finishes with you.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
And you're supposed to feel empty. You're supposed to feel frustrated. You're supposed to feel like you can't make it. Because when God finishes with you, you will know that the miracle happened in your house.
Hallelujah.
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 Total Sabbath.
Yes, Lord Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes,
God had it planned all along. How He was going to save the house, work a miracle, and still let glory come in.
yes, Lord.
So that man does not get the credit for it, the glory of God gets the credit for it.
Yes, Lord. Jesus.
That's why you hear folks saying, boy, the Lord was in the house.
Yes, Lord.
And He tells him, He says His glory shall be in the house.
Yes, Lord.
Hallelujah.
So you watch it right on the calendar. I told Tasha something that's going to happen. I'm going to tell you this too. Mark it on your calendar.
Jesus.
Listen to me, hear me well. Don't be jealous. Don't be envious. Don't be a player hater. But you get in the flow.
Yes, Lord.
Something we're doing as adults, we're missing it somehow. God's going to have to use a child to get us out of this rut. Watch what happens. We're going to be in the church look at each other and say, oh, there it is. And by the time we finish spectating, you're going to be running around the church doing everything they're doing. It's time for us to see kids, children, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old filled with the Holy Ghost.
Yes, Lord.
We ain't always for everybody back in the day when they got filled with the Holy Ghost that young.
Jesus.
We want to see it now. I had always spoken, Maya getting filled with the Holy Ghost and she'll be young when she watch what happen.
Yes, Lord.
She come, I'm telling you, she will come through and watch what I tell you. Spirit will hit that child. Oh my God, I can see it happen.
Hallelujah.
I can see it happen. Just using her as an example. I can see it happen, Sister Carter.
Yes, Lord Jesus.
And the roles are going to flip. You ever notice when you praying and the Lord is ministering to you, how your baby, your child gets up because they think something going wrong with you? And they get laid on when you're crying. And hold on because they think something wrong. The role's going to flip. You're going to be holding on to that child, crying because you know the Lord's working on that kid, on that child.
Jesus.
Now you watch what happens. This is why He said He spoke to the sons of Zerubbabel, that next generation.
Jesus.
But Zerubbabel they were able to see it, and He posed the question through the prophet, hey God, go and ask him. Do you remember what happened back in those days? Why isn't it happening now? And so we ought to be asking God, God, keep on working the miracle in the house.
Yes, Lord.
Don't let this house be incomplete.
Jesus.
He, being confident of this very thing, he that hath begun a good work shall perform it until the day of Jesus Christ. If God started to work in you, ask Him to finish it.
Yes, Lord Jesus.
And all your frailty and all your mess, ask Him to finish it. Just finish it, Lord. Just finish the miracle in me. That's all I care about. I ain't worried about everybody else. They can pass them all they want to. But finish this miracle in me.
Yes, Lord Jesus.
I remember when you first saved me, and I just couldn't wait. I fretted for you to fill with the Holy Ghost.
Yes, Lord.
Fretted like a kid waiting for a candy.
Yes, Lord Jesus.
Do it. Just refill me if you have to.
Yes, Lord Jesus. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Ask Him to finish the work.
Yes, Lord Jesus.
This is why the prophet, the preacher, has to preach a complete word and rightly divide the word, so that when the word is complete, it speaks to complete the vessel, and you're not left leaving the church as an unfinished work. Oh, y'all didn't hear me. Let me give you an example. Somebody almost get the Holy Ghost. Remember that son of you almost had the Holy Ghost laying on the floor? Somebody said, oh, get him up, get him up, get him up. No, leave him there. But the work wasn't quite finished. And you know what we were saying? Oh, he almost got there. Remember, y'all remember some of us said that? So here what you ask the Lord, Lord, look, we miss your glory. We're experiencing it, but it's nothing like they probably experienced in the days of old. And we want to see more.
Yes, Lord Jesus.
More of you. More. Sister Jenkins, you, Sister Walker, y'all been around. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And I give you credit because you know why? Think about all that you've seen and been through all these years. We have been yet to touch some of the stuff y'all seen. And y'all have still hung on in there.
Yep.
That's commendable.
Praise God.
I remember one day, I'm going to stop with this. I remember one day Deacon Walker was sitting here on a Sunday service, a meeting or something, and he stood up to say something, and when he stood up to say something, everybody got quiet. And everybody listened to what he had to say. And guess what everybody said? Mm-hmm. And I was in the pulpit, I told Pastor, I said, I pray when I get an old man like that when I say something, everybody just stops to listen. How influential that was when that man spoke something. Are y'all hearing me tonight? So it's the same thing with you, with all of us, that we be so influential in the service that somebody's going to remember how powerful God moved in your life.